Okay, I actually give this problem to my Math 121 students, but we stop somewhere, and I'll tell you where we're going to stop for 121. We're going to stop at the u substitutions. Let's go through this. If I were looking at this, I would probably say u equals the natural log of x. There's no guarantee it's going to work, by the way, but look for something simple, and I do see its derivative inside that integration. And let's put it down, see what we come up with over here. So change the limits of integration. I like to do that. The natural log of e is 1, and the natural log of e to the e is just a. That's done. Let's keep looking around. The ln x, I know what that is. That's just simply u. The next thing I'm noticing is this over here, which is the natural log of x, which is simply the natural log of u. And then I'm noticing this over here, and I have that. What's this thing? 1 over x dx, which is equal to du. Right, so in Math 121, this is where I'd stop, right over here. I'd stop there. But then you wait till 122, and you can start to look at that integral and say, well, you know what? I'm going to try to do integration by parts for this one over here. So let's go through the parts, and I'll write this down for you. And one of the parts I want to look at, just looking at it, the first part I want to look at is just, I'm going to say that ln u is something. I'm going to call it w. I'm sorry, v. Let me write this over here. So v, you know what? I got to go back to my black pen. So I'm going to say v is equal to ln u, all right? Now, when I do that, that forces me to say what the other guy is. And I'm moving up in the alphabet, by the way, so I'm not going to use uv. I'm using v. Let's see. Let's go to w, all right? So I'm going to say dw, looking at it, is going to be u du. Let me write this over here, u du. So for the v, I got to differentiate. That's dv. What's that going to give you? 1 over u du. I know it's complicated. You use different letters. And over here, I got to integrate. And so w is going to be, let's see, that's going to be u squared over 2. All right? So I think I can do my integration now, at least by parts. And what am I doing? I'm doing this over here. And let me pull this. And what do you get there? Well, you're going to get the, let's see, the VW, all right, VW. What's that going to be? That's going to be, let's see, u squared over 2 ln u minus, you know what? I got limits of integration. I forgot about that. That's 1 to a. I'll put those down. Let's do the next guy. It's always confusing when you start to move letters around the problem. So let's see. I'm going to put down the dw, which is u du. And you know what? I think I wrote a mistake over here. Let me. I wrote it down in a funny way. I have to erase this because I think I made a mistake in saying that. Let me go over that again. So I have the v, and the v is ln u. So I'm going to write down 1 over u du. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong thing. It happens to me sometimes, just when I write things down in a different way. And then the w is u squared over 2. All right, let's do that. And I got to write it down for you. It's going to be u squared ln u over 2. And I'm going to put the limits, because they're both the same as 1 to a. I'm going to do the other guy's antiderivative. And looking at that, that really kind of simplifies nicely. It's just u over 2. So when I do that integration, I'm going to get u squared over 4. And my limits of integration are going to be from 1 to a. All right? So what I want to do is I want to do the evaluation now. And to do that evaluation, I'm going to kind of simplify it a little bit. And let me write this over here for you. I'm going to say common denominator will be 4. And then I see u squared. And let's see, I got to multiply by 2, right? So it's going to be 2u squared ln u, and then minus u squared. Limit of integration is going to be from 1 to a. And let's go to town on it. And so I'm going to plug it in. So you're going to get, let's see what you get. You get 2e squared. The natural log of e is 1, and then you get minus e squared over 4. That's the upper limit. Now let's do the lower limit, and then we'll do evaluations, right? So you get, 2. 2 times 1 is 2. The natural log of 1 is 0, so you're going to get minus 1 now. And this simplifies pretty nicely, by the way. Common denominator is 4. And what do you get? Well, 2e squared minus e squared is just e squared. And minus a minus 1 is plus 1. So just give me your final answer. I want to point out that's listed over here. I also want to warn a lot of students when they're looking at other people's work. For example, if you were looking at this over here and you saw me write this over here, you might wonder where that comes from. That's why it's so important to do your own work. You're going to see variations of it, but this is correct, by the way, and the evaluation is correct also, e squared plus 1 over 4. I also put an approximation down. This requires use of a calculator, and on exams, you're not using calculators. Thank you for your attention.